Deeper, beneath the clouds of South America, where mountains disappear into endless storms, a single drop of water begins a journey across an entire continent. At first it is only a whisper, a thin stream of icy water escaping from the peaks of the Andes. But with every mile it grows stronger, darker, and more alive, until it becomes something almost impossible to understand. A river so vast that from space it looks like a moving ocean, a force of nature powerful enough to shape forests, control weather, and hide creatures older than human civilization itself. This is the Amazon River, a world of darkness and beauty, where jaguars vanish into shadows, where electric predators move silently beneath black waters, where ancient tribes still live deep inside the rainforest, and where millions of lives depend on a single endless current. But the Amazon is more than a river. It is the beating heart of Earth. And tonight, we journey deep into its mysteries, from deadly waters to hidden jungles, from giant snakes to lost worlds untouched by time. This is the story of the greatest river on our planet. Far above the rainforest, beyond the thick green horizon, the journey begins in silence. The Andes Mountains rise like stone giants above the clouds, their frozen peaks standing guard over South America for millions of years. Here in the thin mountain air, where temperatures fall below freezing, the first waters of the Amazon are born. Tiny streams flow down ancient rock, fed by melting snow and violent storms. At first they seem insignificant, small enough to step across, but nature is already building something enormous. As the waters descend, they gather strength from hundreds of rivers and hidden streams, each one feeding the growing current, until the river begins to carve through valleys and forests with unstoppable force. The transformation is almost unbelievable. A small mountain stream becomes a roaring system stretching across thousands of kilometers, a network so massive that no other river on Earth can compare to it. The Amazon carries more water than the next several largest rivers combined, pouring unimaginable volumes into the Atlantic Ocean every second. And yet beneath its beauty, the river hides danger everywhere. The surface appears calm, but below it lies another world. Dark waters move through endless shadows. Visibility disappears within seconds, and countless predators wait unseen beneath the current. Piranhas patrol in massive groups, their razor-sharp teeth designed for survival in one of the harshest ecosystems on Earth. Stories about them have spread across the world for generations, turning them into legends of fear. But the truth is even more fascinating. Most piranhas are cautious creatures, constantly alert for threats larger than themselves. Yet when food becomes scarce, or when blood enters the water, their behavior can change instantly. In the Amazon, survival depends on speed. Nearby, another hunter glides silently through flooded forests. The black caiman, one of the largest reptiles in the Americas, a living relic from the age of dinosaurs. Its eyes barely rise above the waterline, watching everything, waiting patiently in total silence. At night the river transforms into a hunting ground. Thousands of glowing eyes appear across the surface, reflecting moonlight like scattered fire. Every sound matters here. A splash, a movement in the reeds, the cry of an animal crossing the shoreline. In the Amazon, darkness belongs to predators, but perhaps no creature captures the imagination more than the anaconda. Deep inside flooded swamps, hidden beneath tangled vegetation, the green anaconda waits motionless, Massive, powerful, and nearly invisible in muddy water, it can remain hidden for hours before striking with explosive speed. For centuries, stories of giant snakes have echoed through the rainforest, some real, some exaggerated by fear and mystery. But one thing is certain: the Amazon still holds places humans barely understand. Even today, scientists continue discovering new species hidden deep inside the jungle. Creatures so strange, they seem to belong to another planet. Tiny poison dart frogs glow with impossible colors across wet leaves, warning predators that their skin carries deadly toxins. Bright scarlet macaws fly above the canopy in loud, colorful flocks, their calls echoing across the forest every morning. And beneath the muddy waters, one of the Amazon's most unusual animals appears like a ghost from legend: the pink river dolphin. Unlike ocean dolphins, these mysterious creatures move through flooded forests during the rainy season, weaving between submerged trees with surprising intelligence and grace. To local tribes, they are more than animals. They are spirits of the river. Ancient stories speak of dolphins transforming into humans beneath the moonlight, crossing between the worlds of nature and mankind. In the Amazon, myths and reality often become impossible to separate, because this rainforest feels alive in ways few places on Earth can match. Every second the jungle breathes with sound. Insects scream through the darkness. Birds call from hidden branches. Monkeys crash through treetops high above the river. Then suddenly, silence. A silence so complete, it feels unnatural. Somewhere nearby, a jaguar moves through the shadows, the most powerful predator in the Amazon rainforest. Unlike most big cats, jaguars are deeply connected to water. They swim across rivers, climb riverbanks, and hunt along flooded forests with terrifying precision. Muscular, silent, and incredibly intelligent, they rule the jungle like ghosts. Most humans living near the Amazon will never see one. But the jaguar sees everything. As storms gather over the rainforest, another transformation begins. Dark clouds rise across the horizon. Thunder rolls above the canopy, and rain starts falling with unstoppable force. The Amazon receives enormous amounts of rainfall every year, feeding both the river and the forest itself. During flood season, the jungle changes completely. Entire forests disappear underwater. Trees stand submerged for months, their trunks vanishing beneath rising currents. Fish swim through places that were once dry land. River dolphins move between branches, and hidden predators gain access to entirely new hunting grounds. This underwater forest becomes one of the strangest ecosystems on Earth. Life adapts to constant change. Seeds float across flooded regions. Animals migrate to higher ground, and the river reshapes the landscape again and again. The Amazon is never still. It is a living, moving system, constantly rebuilding itself. And within this endless wilderness, people have survived for thousands of years. Indigenous tribes across the Amazon share deep connections with the river, their traditions shaped entirely by the rhythms of nature. For them, the Amazon is not simply water or forest. It is life itself. The river provides food, medicine, transportation, and spiritual meaning, every season bringing new challenges and opportunities. NY tribes possess extraordinary knowledge of plants and wildlife, understanding the jungle in ways modern science is still trying to learn. Some medicinal plants discovered by indigenous communities have already changed medicine around the world. But many tribes remain isolated deep inside protected regions. choosing little or no contact with the outside world. Their existence is a reminder that parts of the Amazon still remain truly wild. Yet even these hidden worlds are becoming harder to protect. Far from the deep jungle, machines cut through ancient forests. Massive sections of rainforest disappear every year due to logging, mining, farming, and illegal hunting. Roads push deeper into untouched regions, bringing destruction into ecosystems that evolved over millions of years. Smoke rises above burned forests, animals lose habitats, and rivers become polluted by human activity. The damage spreads silently, and the consequences reach far beyond South America. Because the Amazon rainforest helps regulate Earth's climate, its trees absorb enormous amounts of carbon dioxide. Its weather systems influence rainfall across continents, and its rivers support one of the greatest concentrations of life anywhere on Earth. Without the Amazon, our planet changes forever. Yet despite these dangers, the rainforest continues fighting to survive. Nature here is incredibly resilient. New plants grow through fallen trees. Animals adapt to shifting environments, and life returns even after destruction. Still, there are limits to what the forest can endure. Deep within unexplored sections of the Amazon, mysteries remain hidden beneath thick canopy and endless rivers. Satellite images have revealed strange patterns buried beneath vegetation. Ancient structures suggesting lost civilizations once thrived here long before European explorers arrived. For centuries, people believed the Amazon could never support large societies, that the soil was too poor and the environment too difficult. But evidence tells another story. Complex communities may have once lived deep within the rainforest, building roads, villages, and ceremonial sites now swallowed by jungle. The forest erased much of their history, but traces remain hidden beneath the trees. The Amazon does not easily reveal its secrets, and perhaps that mystery is part of its power, because standing beside this river, surrounded by endless wilderness, it becomes clear how small humanity truly is. The Amazon reminds us that nature still controls vast parts of our world. Storms arrive without warning. Floodwaters reshape entire landscapes. Predators move unseen through darkness. Here survival still depends on instinct, patience, and respect. As night falls once again, the rainforest awakens in full force. Frogs call from flooded branches. Insects pulse like living electricity through the air, and distant thunder echoes across the canopy. Then something moves beneath the surface. An electric eel drifts silently through muddy water. Using powerful electrical pulses, it can stun prey instantly in complete darkness. In waters where visibility is almost zero, electricity becomes the perfect weapon. The Amazon has evolved creatures unlike anywhere else on Earth. Even sharks have entered these freshwater systems. Bull sharks, known for surviving in both saltwater and rivers, have been found far upstream in the Amazon basin. The idea seems impossible. A shark swimming deep inside rainforest waters. Yet the Amazon constantly challenges what humans believe is possible. Every bend in the river hides another surprise, another mystery waiting beneath the surface. At sunrise, fog drifts slowly above the water, turning the river into a dreamlike landscape. Birds rise into golden light. Howler monkeys call from distant trees, and giant otters emerge from hidden dens along the shoreline. Highly social and incredibly intelligent, giant otters move through the water with playful energy. But they are also skilled hunters, capable of dominating fish populations in their territory. Their survival once faced severe threats from hunting for fur, pushing them close to extinction in many areas. Today, conservation efforts are helping some populations recover. Yet many Amazon species remain in danger. Habitat destruction continues spreading deeper into the rainforest every year. And with every lost section of forest, countless species disappear before humans even discover them. Some may contain medicines that could cure diseases. Others may hold secrets about evolution and survival. The Amazon is not just important for wildlife. It may hold answers humanity has not yet found. As the river continues toward the Atlantic Ocean, its scale becomes almost impossible to comprehend. Some sections stretch so wide, the opposite shoreline disappears beyond the horizon. Entire weather systems form above the rainforest, fed by moisture released from billions of trees. Scientists sometimes describe the Amazon as a giant breathing machine, constantly cycling water and energy through the atmosphere. Its influence reaches far beyond South America. Rainfall patterns, agriculture, and global climate are all connected to the survival of this ecosystem. The Amazon truly is one of Earth's greatest natural engines. And yet much of it remains unexplored. Thousands of rivers branch endlessly through dense jungle, many regions difficult or impossible to reach. There are places where humans have barely stepped foot, places where nature still exists almost exactly as it did thousands of years ago. Few locations on Earth can still claim such mystery. That is what makes the Amazon extraordinary. It is not just a rainforest. It is a living frontier, a reminder of what the natural world once looked like, before cities, roads, and industry spread across the planet. But the future of the Amazon now depends on decisions being made today. Governments, scientists, indigenous communities, and conservation groups continue fighting to protect what remains. Protected reserves help defend endangered habitats. New technologies track illegal logging, and awareness around the world continues growing. More people are beginning to understand that losing the Amazon would affect all life on Earth. Because this river system does more than support wildlife, it supports balance itself. And perhaps that is why the Amazon feels almost spiritual to so many who experience it. Standing beside these waters, hearing the endless sounds of the jungle, watching storms roll across the canopy, it becomes impossible not to feel connected to something greater. The Amazon humbles everyone who enters it. It reminds us that nature is not separate from humanity. We are part of it. Every breath, every storm, every river, every forest, connected together in ways we are only beginning to understand. As darkness slowly covers the rainforest for the final time, the river continues its endless journey toward the sea. Silent, powerful, ancient, long before humans arrived, the Amazon flowed through this continent, and if protected, it may continue flowing for millions of years more. But its future is no longer guaranteed. The choices made now will decide whether future generations inherit a living rainforest, or only stories of what once existed here. A world of jaguars and river dolphins, of hidden tribes and endless forests, of storms echoing above waters filled with mystery. The Amazon is more than a place on a map. It is the heartbeat of the wild world, a final reminder that Earth still holds wonders beyond imagination. And deep beneath the green canopy, where shadows move across black waters, the great river continues flowing into the unknown, forever carrying the secrets of the jungle with it.